So the subscribers among you with a keen eye may recognise what this is. Another big day in the old Stinky's life today. This box is going. That I've been worrying over this box for ages, and how am I going to get a lid that'll fit without water getting in? Like, why do I really care? Water gets in already. Water gets in everywhere. When I first got this boat, there was a bird living in here. It used to come and go through here. So yeah, I think anything I do today, just by removing these boards and then whacking that existing cover back over this gap, hopefully, it's got to help. Couldn't hurt. There's a few screws on the end as well, but I'm not going to even worry. They seem to pull out pretty easy. Lucky I got my safety boots on, that's all I can say. Well, providing I can tidy up all the other stuff, probably get rid of this anti-skid, clean up the edges, that's going to work. I think I'll just hinge it so it can be lifted up this way, up like that at this stage. I was going to slide it back, but my wise neighbour Trev said, don't do it, Dave, he'll trip on it all the time. So a hinged opening is probably better. It's not perfect, but it might get you out of trouble one day, so I thought I'd share it with you. So what you can do is, if you've got this style or this style or this style of clamp, any of these screw-in clamps, you put it down wherever it needs to be, as tight as it'll go, and then you come along with your adjustable wrench, your shifter, we call them shifting spanners. You put that directly beside it as tight as you can, and then you undo this and it's free to be used elsewhere. It's not ideal, but it does work. Might get you out of a bind if you're stuck on a boat and you've only got a few spanners and a couple of little clamps. Righto, so all I've really done so far is just cut out the sheets of glass that'll be going on later. Now it's time to make up that filleting mix, wipe this all down with acetone and get that on, and then I'll be able to do the glassing over the top of that once that's complete. So the fillet's in there now, and I'll get ready to glass over. So I can't imagine I'm going to need more than 4 little strips of chop strand to build this up. Better to have them ready. I'm hoping to get away with 3. for the application of chop strand to this hatch. All I have to do now is make up a bit of resin with filler in it, and that'll be a fairing mix that I'll put on the top of the hatch, just to make it easy to sand and paint. Happy with that. So now we've got the 2 extra layers of chop strand on the top and 1 on the bottom, and the sides have got the plywood, and then 2 pieces of chop strand all the way around each edge. Not long now, we'll get it back on the boat. Right, so the plan for this morning is just to sand back this fairing that I put around here. The fairing compound was just an epoxy with the filler mixed into it, so it shouldn't be too hard to sand that off and get a surface that's ready for painting. Okay, so that's now got 1 coat of the 2-pack primer, epoxy primer on it, and I used a reasonably long nap roller, which gives it a bit of a textured surface already for the anti-skid. Yeah, I don't want this to be a smooth surface. I want it to have some sort of non-slip to it. So that's the start, and then yeah, just going to come up with a few top coats and put some bolts and screws and bits and pieces for the hinges, and that'll be ready to go back on the boat. Just that this stuff will key into, and just because I want to use up what I've got. So I've got a little bit of this anti-slip, fair bit of that, and a little bit of that. So I'm going to use that as my paint tin and mix a bit of this in and add to it if I need to. I hope that's still all right. Anyway, that's the plan. Put 2 coats with the anti-slip in it, and go and put it back on the boat. Righto, it's about time I wrap this video up. Still got 1 more coat to put on, and I'll mount it on the boat, and I'll do a separate video once both hatches are all painted up and looking good on the boat. So thanks for watching Down Under Projects. I hope you got a little bit out of this, and yeah, that encourages you to have a bit of a crack at some fiberglassing or laminating fiberglass or saving an old hatch. Catch you next time.